Good evening, YouTube. And I say that because all of YouTube comes to watch my live streams. It's an event every time. But today it's a really random night for me to go live because my good buddy over here, Dayymares, whose channel is linked in the description below in case you don't sub up to him yet, do it. He sent me an AOK completely. I mean, he has a history of sending me AOKs, which I appreciate, but still don't quite understand what I've done to deserve them. But that's
I send them to lots of people that don't deserve them.
Well, so I'm just on that list. And typically you are kind of like, hey, just go ahead and open it. But I got the sense from some subtle clues you dropped that this one probably should be a live opening.
Yeah, I just wanted to see your reaction to it.
All right. So you described it as one of a kind.
Yeah. So I was So it's artwork, actually, is what it is.
Well, I mean, I figured
that out
based on the size of the box.
I was trying to get a page for you.
Not a comic.
And that just didn't work out. Yeah,
original art is pricey.
Well, for what it was about 5 times what I thought it should be.
Wow. Well, isn't everything in the comic book collectible
So,
market right now?
Yeah, I talked to the guy and he was able to do a commission though.
Oh wow. So is it I'm going to put 2 guesses out there. It's either Jubilee or Manfrog. just kidding, but sort of. But yeah, you sent me the picture of just like the shipping label, and it looks like it's in a Gemini from the picture. So I assumed it was a comic at first, and then when I got it from the mailbox, I was like, oh, this is roughly the dimensions of artwork. So very intrigued, very excited, and thank you in advance because I want to make sure I get that out of the way in case it's something really trolly. Because I still appreciate it. Like when Andy sent me those 2 graded Manfrogs. Cornerstones of my collection now. It's so funny, I keep talking about this idea of like really thinning out my collection and cutting back on like what I buy and what I go for and whatever. But when I think about like stuff that, I'll never get rid of, it's stuff like that, because it, I have countless first appearances of characters that like I really don't have a connection to that are worth more like, or more showpieces in a collection. But I'd rather have something that I connect with than something that other people think is important.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, I'm guessing probably similar philosophy that you have because we are 2 idiots who collect Valiant.
Yeah, that's true.
Which doesn't hold much clout in the community.
No.
So we like to blaze our own trail. But without further ado, let me crack this guy open and see what we got. Yeah, when I was just saying about the thing, how things in the collectible market is just out of control, and I talked a little bit about it on the Wednesday show on Comic Horror yesterday. But the thing that's concerning to me is not that a book no one cared about suddenly spikes in value because it's a movie or it's in some other book it's now relevant or whatever. Like I get when that happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though I've never understood this character is in a movie now, so it's suddenly worthwhile. Because I think, I understandably, to be honest and upfront about things, I'm not the biggest comic movie fan, so I'm more of a purist when it comes to like what is collectible to me. But I don't get that like oh, Monica Rambeau's first appearance where she's called Photon all of a sudden is worth a lot of money because she's in Scarlet, WandaVision, whatever. But like, fine, I get it. That's the way things work. People get excited when they see something on screen, so they want to get the first appearance. Fine. The thing I don't understand about what's happening right now are, pardon me, established books like Giant Size X-Men, which I was talking about, where all of a sudden it's gone up 5 times in value. That's a book everyone. It's not like that's a book people didn't know was a key.
No. So,
like, I am too much of an idiot, especially when it comes to stuff like the economy and money and trends and values, to make any assumptions about why that is. But it doesn't seem right.
Back in January, I came into some money and I bought a bunch of minor keys, in grades I thought was, a halfway decent grade, nothing. I think most I paid was like $450, and that was for a 9.4 ASM 300. Everything I put in the price at the time I bought it.
Right.
Everything is like half again as much at least that
just
I bought
from last month,
a year ago.
Oh, okay.
A year ago.
Okay.
And I meant like that ASM, I sold it for $1,000.
Right. So
you like 8 months after I bought it for $450.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, and like I know we've gotten a couple stimulus checks, but that doesn't make up for the lack of income that a lot of people have struggled with this past year.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's happening, but be that as it may, hey, if you got the money, go ahead. But it's I feel like when you see such a sharp incline in something, there is going to be at least some decline to it.
Yeah.
Now, how much that's going to be, I don't know, because I've never seen such a spike across the board.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's across, and it's not just comics. It's cards. Yeah. It's, all kinds of different collectibles.
Yeah.
Well, and, Bitcoin, I got out of it. I had some that I'd bought in at 6,000 on, and it went up to 10,000. I was like, oh, I'm going to get out. And it stayed at 10,000 for a while. And I looked the other day and it was at 58,000.
Yeah.
Since it dropped back down below 50,000. But
I mean, hey, the world's changing, I guess. But geez Louise, it is, I think a lot of regular everyday collectors are going to be kind of pushed out of the hobby because of it, because like, unless you're rich, you can't buy stuff anymore.
Well, and that's, most of the keys I was buying was, $100 around there is what I was buying. And since then they've went up to 150, 200 on average,
But hey, I mean, what else can you get a return on investment like that so quickly?
That's true. But, most of these I didn't plan on selling.
But now it's like,
at least that soon.
You look at how much money you could get from them.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, if it's something you want in your collection, I say just keep it, because there's no telling what's going to happen with the market moving forward, and it might, it might go way back down and you can rebuy it later, but it might not. It might keep going up, and then you're like, well, I wish I hadn't sold that because I wanted it for my collection.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, I actually there was a second print of Ultimate Fallout 4 that I bought for $100 in a 9.8. It went up to $450.
Yeah.
When I sold it, I then waited a couple of months and bought one for $250. So all in, I made $50 and got the comic for free.
Yeah. It's not a bad deal. Yeah. I thought I used to understand comics in the comic collector market, but you got me. You got me 2020.
Yeah.
You win this round and all of the rest of the rounds because you were terrible. Anyway, enough chatting. Let's crack this open and see. I don't think I'm going to be able to like show it to the camera first.
It's I think taped up in some more stuff a little bit. So
yeah, hold on.
I think I used easier tape on the inside though.
All right. First layer is extracted. Got some blue tape. Much easier to deal with blue tape. I'm still going to cut it though. Oh geez, more layers.
Well, I think that's kind of it.
Safety first, right?
No, I forgot I taped it to that board. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
I tend to overpack things sometimes.
Hey, it's better than things coming in damaged.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just a piece of paper. All right, here we go. Hell yes.
That is by Terry Tidwell, the artist who did Man Frog.
That is.
I got a hold of him.
Let me.
Yeah, make me small. So.
Hell yeah. That's incredible. What did he say?
He was like, "So how did you hear about this? I don't have too many people requesting." I was like, "Yeah." He lives in Tulsa, so he's not, too far from me.
Yeah,
so I kind of threw that in there, and then he wanted $500 a page
for the original stuff.
For the originals.
Boy, that's gaudy.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, because he told me that, and I was like, never mind. I'm good without a page.
Yeah.
And he said, well, I do commissions. So I was like, oh, okay. And then he told me the price on that, and that was a lot more reasonable.
Oh, that's reasonable. Yeah, I hope he doesn't, not that I think he'll ever end up watching one of my videos or anything, but like I hope he doesn't think that I am making fun of his creation. It's more of a, it is, I just love weird, kitschy books like that. And it's, boy, that's special. That's a special piece right there.
And that is really well done, I thought.
Yeah.
The camera doesn't really put off how.
No, yeah, there's a lot of depth.
He actually did on it.
Yeah, a lot of depth in it. It's an action pose.
Yeah.
It's so funny. If you look at this guy, right? Take away the webbing on his hands, and it's just a dude in a Speedo.
With some skin patches.
Yeah. I mean, I know he's supposed to be green, but.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Uncanny.
It is uncanny. How did he do those letters? Is it like?
I don't know.
They're not. I bet they're those rub-off letters. Because I don't think it's too uniform to have them been painted. I don't know.
But he did the letters, I know, before he did the shading, because actually if you go to his Instagram, you can see.
Oh, really?
You can see where he did like the blue line and the pencil,
Yeah, I mean, again, like I don't want to say that I'm like trying to dunk on him or anything, but $500 a page. He must have like personal attachment to it, because
Yeah.
I can't imagine there's a big market for Man-Frog original pages.
He said it was the first time he had been contacted in years.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I was expecting, maybe $100 a page tops.
Yeah.
For
something that he's probably had sitting around for 20 years, however long it's been since the book came out. It's got to be longer than that. I have my trusty copy right here, as always. Let's see, what year did this come out?
But they look like they've been in a store folio the whole time and are immaculate.
Yeah,
because it sent me pictures of them, and I was
1987.
Yeah.
So
I think it's on 2. There is like a cover on the back of 2. I think it is. That's sort of like a group of them. And it had that, which apparently was going to be the cover of 3.
Mm.
And he had it for sale for $16.50, I think is what he wanted for it. And I was,
wow. Not for sale, Chris Barrett. Sorry. What's up, Kavi? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, only one piece of missing pieces, pages, or artwork has gone out to anybody, and that was a gift to TJ. But every other piece is. Oh yeah, Kavi missed the AOK. It was
original art.
Original art, yeah, by the creator of Man-Frog.
I contacted him on Instagram first, and I don't know, I think I scared him off. And so I contacted him a little bit later, because I think it was just sort of, one of those things about, well, this guy contacted me,
Did you think you weren't serious or something?
Yeah. Anyway, he just sort of ghosted me after a little bit. And then, so I contacted him on Facebook, and it was, a month or so after that, and he never responded. And then a couple months after that, he was like, "Oh, I just saw this. Are you still interested?" I was like, "Yes." I was like, "I may be interested in a few pages, depending on the price." And then he told me, I was like, I just read it, and I was sitting there thinking, I was like, how do I
tell him no, thank you?
Yes. Not, because he said, he was talking about having to go to his, his gallery and, type thing and dig them out and stuff. And I was like, well, crap, now I feel bad that he went to that trouble. I didn't realize he was going to have that much of an attachment to it.
When I just saw this comment, and I was going to say that, like, I would show you, but they're buried in a portfolio in a box, so I'm not going to go fish them out right now, but maybe some other time. Yeah, that's incredible. I got to get a frame for that ASAP now. I'm so bad about hanging up artwork. I have like frames like littered behind this desk, just like up against a wall, that I'm like, I'll put them up sometime, but this is going to have to find a home.
I thought you'd like it.
Oh man, tremendous. Thank you so much. It's
no problem.
Very, very
glad it worked out the way it did.
Yeah.
I was able to get something. And
man, it's good stuff. Well, that's all I really had planned for this evening. If you want to hang out, we can chat for a bit, but I expended my one talking point as of late, which is how the comic market's stupid.
Yes.
So everyone, go follow Dayymares' channel, sub him up if you don't already, and thank you again. It's always very humbling to get a gift.
Glad to.
And one day I hope to reciprocate to everyone who's given me stuff, but I am a Scrooge, so. But thanks for hanging out. Thanks for everyone in the chat who came in and had some funny comments and joined me for this uncanny unboxing. I might have to update the thumbnail of the video. But thanks again, and I'll see you on Sunday for D&D, where might be the last week of Strahd. depending on how you play things. In the meantime, you got anything going on?
No, not really.
All right. Well, D&D it is then. Thanks again, and everyone have a great night, and never turn your back on the ocean. I almost said that in a Strahd voice. Never turn your back on the ocean. Blah. Bye, guys.